ice cream, whatever your little heart desires. Who out there is a massive fan of cheat meals and who isn't such a fan of cheat meals? Now, for you guys today, I'm going to be chatting about kind of why I, as a coach professional, don't enjoy my clients having cheat meals, why I don't encourage that term, cheat meals, cheat days, whatever it is, why I don't think they're such a great idea in the whole realm of your fitness journey. Okay, so a couple of reasons why. Number one, you're on a fitness journey. Now, how fitnessy is it or healthy is it to go and then binge on these type of foods? Go an all-out binge on these so-called bad foods, and then you're creating this stigma where there's good and bad foods. That, for a start, is not a great headspace to be in if you're trying to change your lifestyle. Because at the end of the day, the problem is that a lot of people see diets as this short-term and there's no long-term solution. They're thinking, okay, I'm gonna do this 6, 8, 10-week, 12-week plan, and I'm gonna have my cheat meals once a week for that 12 weeks. And then as soon as that 12-week block's done and I've got my goal body, that everything's gonna stay a-okay, and then I'm gonna keep this physique and life's gonna be perfect. Tell you what, it does not work like that. It does not work that simply. What's gonna end up happening is you finish that 6, 8, 10, 12 weeks, whatever the fuck it is, and you're gonna go, all right, well, what do I eat now? I don't have to eat my quote unquote diet foods. I don't have to eat my meal plan. So now, does that just mean I can eat those bad foods all of the time? It really confuses people about what to do in the long run. And that's one of the reasons that I don't like the term cheat meals. So the other problems with cheat meals a lot of the time is that you've been so restrictive with what you've eaten, say Monday to Friday, Monday to Saturday, say it's cheat day or cheat meal, whatever you want to call it on a Sunday, and you've restricted from having these foods. So your body's got used to having, let's say for example, a real bro-y diet, chicken, broccoli, oats, sweet potato, we can list it all off. All those typical bro foods, or even if you're not on a bro meal plan, even if you're on macros, you might have restricted your food intakes, and then all of a sudden, you haven't had gluten, you haven't had dairy, you haven't had certain foods. You go have a cheat meal and you eat gluten, dairy, trans fats, all of these things you haven't eaten for a week. How do you think you're actually gonna feel? You're gonna feel disgusting. You're gonna wake up the next day lethargic, bloated, probably have an average training session, may not even wanna go to the gym. And for a lot of people, if you're gluten intolerant or you're dairy intolerant, and then all of a sudden you go and jump into these foods, what's gonna happen? You're gonna have a negative reaction. Your digestive system's not gonna cope with it. You're gonna just start to feel like crap. So for me personally, I don't like my clients going through that feeling. You wanna be feeling pretty good the whole way through your health and fitness journey. The goal isn't to have these days where you feel so bad that it makes you not wanna eat them again for a week, and then another week comes around and then you wanna eat them again, and then you feel like shit again, and then you don't wanna eat them again, and then it's this vicious cycle. I don't understand why people would wanna feel like that when you can have a lot more #balance throughout the week and be a lot more flexible and not feel like you're so restricted that you need this massive cheat meal to feel like you've made progress. Okay, my third problem with cheat meals. You're not a fucking dog. Stop rewarding yourself with food, okay? So, you do really well during the week, you jump on the scales, you do your measurements, whatever it is, and you've dropped a kilo and you're like, yes, cheat meal time. Why are you rewarding yourself with food? At the end of the day, you should be happy with those results and not so focused on the fact that now you get to go have a cheat meal. Be proud of yourself, proud of your journey, go enjoy your day, maybe reward yourself with some new gym gear, rather than always focusing on rewarding yourself with food, because then it creates a negative relationship in your mind with food and your body. And that relationship becomes food as a reward. So maybe when you're having a bad day, you're like, oh, I'll reward myself with food. Or maybe when you're having a really good day, you reward yourself with bad food. Whatever it is going on in your life, you start to associate bad food with reward, which is something that we also don't want to do, which can again cause a lot of binge eating issues. So my fourth and final point, which is why I dislike the term cheat meals, is exactly that. It can cause these really nasty binge behaviors. Because again, you're associating foods as good and bad, and you're seeing those foods that you have on your cheat day as bad foods. Now, what's gonna happen? It's like when your mum used to tell you at school, you can't date that boy, he's naughty, he's trouble, you need to stay away from him. What would you wanna do? You'd wanna go date him. You'd sneak around behind her back. You would do all those things to go and hang out with him. And it's almost the same with bad food. So what we want to do is remove away from that stigma of foods being good and bad, and instead practice a more flexible lifestyle, which you can do. If you were instead to eat a piece of chocolate every single day and still get results, still get on the scale, still get exactly where you want to be, wouldn't that be a more balanced lifestyle than having this all-out binge once a week where you feel uncontrollable, you feel disgusting, you feel sick, you feel gross, you feel bloated? and then you get that negative relationship with those foods making you feel that way. There's no balance there. There's no any form of flexibility there. So that is the fourth reason why I really dislike the term cheat meals, because it encourages this really toxic relationship with food and this toxicity to want to go and binge on those foods. So again, guys, if you want to use the term cheat meal, if you want to use it, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, but these are simply my reasons why I don't use this term with my clients. But I do encourage a different word. So this is another word you can use in your vocabulary that'll help you get a better appreciation for this type of food. So my other option is I use a term called free meals with my clients. Now what that means is a meal that is an untracked meal, because at the end of the day, we don't want to be sitting on MyFitnessPals all the time. There's times in a client's journey where they're in a phase of growth, where they're going on holidays, where they're on their honeymoon, whatever it is, and we don't want them to sit on MyFitnessPal the whole entire time and be that person. So I encourage my clients to have free meals, a meal of the week where they go out, they eat a normal adult-sized meal, whether that's a burger and some chips, maybe a little bit of dessert, and it's just a free meal. It's just an untracked meal that they have in their life, which creates a little bit more balance, a little bit more chill time. They might plan that meal out with their partner, but it doesn't encourage them to think in their mind that it's a cheat, that it's a bad thing. It's just more flexibility and freedom. So they might want to choose something that's kind of hard to track, might want to go out for some sushi, whatever your little heart desires, you can have as that part of a free meal. But calling it a free meal rather than a cheat meal doesn't create such a bad correlation with the term cheat meal. Because when you think cheat, you think bad. It's like cheating on a relationship. That's a bad thing. And we want to move away from that negative mindset. So if you're someone that's struggling with binging, with food, negative food relationship, then I'd highly encourage you move away from the term cheat meal and look at a more flexible and balanced lifestyle approach. If you do want to learn more about these type of systems, if you're struggling with anything mindset related, then I am running a new 21-day system that helps you break free of the binge eating cycles and move forward in your journey. So I hope, if not, you enjoyed this video below. Pop any questions you have down there so that I can do more videos for you guys.